after your hysterectomy, you still had pain in the abdomen.
Yeah, a lot of pain and inflamed.
Mm-hmm. And then after the treatment with us, the pain went away in the abdomen.
Yeah.
No more pain in the
No more
abdomen.
pain.
Hello, I'm Dr. Lonnie Herman, and I'm going to help you understand how I took this woman from chronic headaches, chronic kidney pain, facial numbness on the left side of her face, and chronic fatigue, and she had an incision from breast surgery that would not heal, that was oozing with infection. How we took her from all those symptoms to 0 symptoms. Headaches gone, chronic fatigue gone, kidney pain gone, facial numbness gone, and her breast, and you'll see in this picture right now, her breast went from an incision that would not heal to completely healed. Look at the difference in these two pictures. It's really amazing. So stay tuned. I'll be right back and I'll tell you how I helped her heal. You also had terrible headaches.
Oh, yes. This is really hard. But just the time I have to head in 24 hours, 7 days a week. 24 hours, 7 days. Yes.
How many years was that?
Probably 3 years continue. And the headaches disappear.
Mm-hmm.
In this moment, no headache.
How many months have you had no headaches for?
Probably 8 months.
8 months of 0 headache.
Yeah.
Are you happy now?
Yes, absolutely.
Beautiful smile. Okay, isn't it amazing how much better she is? You heard her describe how grateful she is that she started care with me after medicine could not help her. Now, unfortunately for her, she did have to go through these 3 breast surgeries because there were fatty tumors, also called lipomas, which were growing in her breast, and she had to go through not 1, not 2, but 3 surgeries. She had the reason for those surgeries, that you'll hear her describe it even in more detail at the end of this video. The reason for 3 surgeries is because she had excessive bleeding as well. They couldn't get it all done, at least that's what they told her. They couldn't get it all done in 1 surgical procedure on the breast. She had non-stop bleeding from her, if you will, so she had a non-stop period, non-stop menstruation cycle. So they did a hysterectomy. Then they were able to do the 3rd surgery, as they reported to her, and she'll report to you, to be able to get the rest of the fatty tumors out of her breast. Again, unfortunately for her, but fortunately for us together, she was not able to heal from the final surgery on her breast. And she had these other symptoms, as I've already mentioned, the headaches, the facial numbness, the kidney pain, she had abdominal pain, and she had chronic fatigue. So I'm going to tell you right now in this video how I helped her heal from these different symptoms. Really amazing, rapid healing. It only took 2 visits to help her achieve all that healing. And then at the end of the video, I'm going to play her entire testimonial video so you can listen to her describe in her own words how she healed and how grateful she is. Now, before I get into this discussion, I'd like to make you an offer. I've got my free ebook that's on my website, and I'll put the link to my website here on the bottom of the screen as well as underneath my video. It's about 40 pages, very easy to read, and it's called How You Can Rapidly Reverse Incurable Illness with Quantum Medicine Protocols. Okay, and this is part of my Rapid Health Restoration System. So if you just go right now down onto that link that's underneath this video, you can click on the website, enter your name and email address, and you will download your free ebook. And I'll tell you also, at the very last page on my free ebook, there's a link that you can click on that will take you to another video where I describe my background as well as my method of helping people heal. That's really creating amazing results, like for this woman right here. So in our first examination, which was February of 2020, she came to my clinic and we found in the left breast, she had a bacteria called treponema. She had a staph bacteria. She had another bacteria called Clostridium difficile. Yes, it can exist in the breast tissue outside of the intestines, which is commonly where that Clostridium is found, in the intestines. Well, it was in the left breast. I found mold. I found another bacteria called ureaplasma, black mold called Stachybotrys, parasitic infection, another bacteria called toxoplasma, as well as parasitic flukes in her left breast tissue. Now, I also found that she had in her stomach, she had ringworm fungus, she had staph bacterial infection, and then furthermore, I discovered that she had in the arteries in her brain, she had mold there as well. Now, when the arteries of the brain are infected, it can also cause any symptom in the body, whether it's a headache, fatigue, even facial numbness. So she came back to my clinic in November of 2020, and she had reported to me that her breast was 40% better. Her headaches already began decreasing in intensity, in the severity, and as well as the frequency of those headaches. But also she noticed that she had more energy. Now, the breast wasn't totally healed yet. As I just said, it was about 40% reduced in the oozing that was coming out of this incision area. And it appeared to her that the incision was beginning to heal, but not completely healed at that point. Now, again, I saw her 9 months later. She was in Ecuador, came back to the United States, and this time. Now, I discovered with her that her left breast, on the next examination in November of 2020, I found that she had a bacteria called botulinum bacteria in her left breast tissue. I also found other parasitic infection in the left breast tissue, and she had another parasite called Giardia parasitic infection in the left tissue. She had the influenza B virus affecting her left breast tissue. And there were several other findings that I discovered that we don't have to go into the greatest detail in this description. I will tell you, though, that the blood vessel that brings blood to the breast tissue, the blood vessel that comes from the heart, that is called the aorta, that was also infected with mold, that was also infected with E. coli bacteria. And so she followed that protocol. She came back to my clinic in March of 2021, now residing in the United States. And she was completely healed from the breast oozing. The skin had healed. Again, look at the pictures of the before and after. Listen to her describe in her own words how much better she was. We still had some healing to do with her body. And in the final exam that I've seen her in March of 2021, I found there were various candida fungal infections that were still in the breast tissue. I found various candida infections inside of her stomach, inside the stomach mucosa, or the inner lining of the stomach. And I found that she had the influenza virus affecting her brain, and she had some mercury and other chemicals, other toxins in her kidneys. Again, as she reported, and you can see in the picture, the breast tissue healed completely, which it was not healing for many months after she had that third surgery. Her abdominal discomfort totally disappeared. Her headaches totally disappeared. Her energy is abundant now. Her chronic fatigue, totally disappeared, as well as the facial numbness completely disappeared. It is possible for you to heal from these different chronic illnesses that, according to medicine and possibly other alternative healthcare practitioners, that they consider them to be incurable illnesses or irreversible. It is possible for you to heal with my method. I tell you, it's very important, and you can open your eyes and open your mind to another method of healing if you just go to my website, download the free ebook that I have on my website, read that. It can open your mind to the possibilities here. We're talking about biophysics research, and there's so much more that I've studied in my past to be able to bring me to the point where I can provide you this unique healing system, this unique method that I called my Rapid Health Restoration System. So again, download that free ebook, go to my website, read around on my website, look at the other really amazing testimonials. It really is inspirational. There's so many other conditions that I've helped people heal from. You can heal when we can find what's causing your problem. The different blood laboratories and the different urine labs and heavy metal testing and biopsies that they can take of certain tissues usually miss the mark on what is causing the chronic illness in the person's body who's suffering from whatever chronic illness, whether it's lupus or multiple sclerosis or breast cancer or anything. So I really urge you to, if you want to get better, download my free ebook, and you can also find me on Facebook. You can find me on YouTube and even on Instagram. And I love helping people get well. It really is quite satisfying when I can figure out the puzzle to the person's chronic illness and help them heal and really make a difference in their life. So I will tell you that my care is not covered by insurance. Unfortunately, they don't look outside the box and try to figure out things for people, generally speaking, for these chronic illnesses. They do offer you certain things on those insurance plans, but most often they're missing the mark, and we've got to be able to use a different system to be able to help people figure out what's causing their chronic illness and help them get better. So this will be an investment on your part if you'd like to get under my care and really get yourself better. And for her, within 2 visits, complete healing, amazing results. So I look forward to helping you get well as well. When you go to my website, by the way, you can look at the frequently asked questions section of my website, and I describe all of the frequently asked questions, where how much does treatment cost, where is my clinic located, which airport is near my clinic. Many people travel to my clinic from other parts of the United States. And before coronavirus, and now right now, because this is June 11th of 2021 that I'm filming this video, there are people who are starting to be able to come into this country, of course, with certain types of medical necessity forms that we fill out for their government to understand how serious their illness is. But people have started to be able to travel back into the United States to my clinic here in South Florida to help themselves get well. So you can travel here. Again, the different questions about how to set up an appointment, everything is on my website. And I look forward to helping you get well. You can heal from your chronic illness. And here's another incredible example of what I helped this woman, Monserrate, do for her health. I look forward to helping you. See you soon. Hello, if you have some chronic health condition that you're just not getting relief from, even with surgery and medication, you deserve to hear this woman, this pleasant woman's experience before she came to my clinic for care, and the amazing results after just 2 visits in my clinic, where we found the hidden reasons, the infections and the chemicals that were in certain tissues that caused a lingering condition with her, even after surgery, could not solve it. So this is Monserrate, and I'd like to introduce you to everybody. You had a few symptoms were that you had breast surgery because of lipomas that they found, multiple lipomas in the breast, right?
Yes, right.
Yeah, and they took multiple surgeries for that.
Yeah.
And then 4 surgeries.
4 surgeries.
But the problem was the incision, the opening wouldn't heal.
No.
And there was infection and oozing coming out.
Yes, for 3 months.
3 months.
Yes.
3 months of that oozing infection. And it was, you said it had a very bad odor as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And also for some time they wouldn't do a follow-up surgery. You had told me because you had a constant bleeding cycle, right?
Yes.
There was about 3 years of
3 years.
nonstop.
Non-stop it, and before with that surgery, my uterus again. Let's stop it. I am trying ready for the last surgery for my lipomas in a month.
So there was a hysterectomy that they took out her uterus to stop the excessive bleeding, the nonstop bleeding, so that she could have the final surgery on the breast to pull out all the other lipomas. So they were able to pull out some lipomas in the first surgery. A few months later, they did a second surgery to pull out more lipomas.
Yeah.
And then they wouldn't do the follow-up surgery to take out the rest of the lipomas in the left breast because she was bleeding constantly because of her cycle would not stop. So she became very anemic. And then once they did the hysterectomy, they could do the 3rd surgery. But after that 3rd surgery, the incision, the opening, wouldn't heal. The stitches didn't take, the opening wouldn't heal, and it just kept oozing out infection. Pus was coming out of there that smelled, and the doctor had no answer for her. After just 2 treatments in my clinic, after just 2 unique customized protocols, where we found various infections. Now I'm going to talk about these details in another part of this video that I'll show after we're done discussing with her. But the bottom line is there's infections that we have to rid in the body. And when we can boost the immune system, clean the infections out of the certain tissues with a very natural, very effective and safe method, her skin is healed. And she's also going to share with us a close-up of the left breast so you can see where the incision would not close, and then after, as it's healed now with this work. After your hysterectomy, you still had pain in the abdomen.
Yeah, a lot of pain and inflamed.
Mm-hmm.
And the wrong problem is that it's a bleeding. The bleeding is so hard for my body because it's so too much time bleeding,
Mm-hmm.
and I needed vitamins immediately.
Mm-hmm.
But yes.
Yeah, so there was constant pain there. And then after the treatment with us, the pain went away in the abdomen.
Yeah.
No more pain in the
No more
abdomen.
pain.
You also had terrible headaches.
Oh yes, this is really hard. But just the time I have to head in 24 hours, 7 days a week.
24 hours, 7 days.
Yes.
How many years was that?
Probably 3 years continue. And then my country has a testing and a scanner and wherever, nothing, no, told me nothing about my body, what happened.
Mm-hmm.
But I come in here and the first time, okay, it's no magic, but your body feeling change. Every day you take a medicine, you need to have to discipline in the medicine and discipline in your diet, and the headaches disappear.
Mm-hmm.
In this moment, no headache.
How many months have you had no headaches for?
Probably 8 months.
8 months of zero headache.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, for me.
So what you were saying was, and she's from Ecuador, and she came up to the United States for my care. And in Ecuador, they had done an MRI of her brain, couldn't find why the headaches. She had multiple blood tests. They didn't have any answers why the headaches were occurring from the blood, from the MRI. And within just 2 visits with me, finding these different infections and chemicals that were deeply embedded in various tissues of her brain and her body, and her breast tissue as well, when we got rid of those, the headaches went away. The abdomen pain went away, because the abdomen pain still existed after the hysterectomy was done. And the left breast had healed completely. There was also something else that you had experienced, was incredible back pain, right? The kidney, because you had a kidney infection?
Yeah, this is last year's. I come in for the pain and kidneys maybe 2 months before flying here. I begin in the medicine and stronger, but you're feeling something push out your body. But as you try in medicine, you repeat before. It is a discipline with your medicine.
With this medicine from me?
Yes, yeah. And just a moment, I say, oh my goodness, don't pain.
It went away.
It went away.
But how long did you have that back pain for before you came to me with that back pain?
My before,
Before,
it's probably 2 or 3 months
2 or
before
3
flying.
months.
Yes.
And they run a urine test on you, right? There was a urinary tract infection.
Yeah.
Did they give you any medicine in Ecuador for that?
No, because I really don't have to believe in the medicine, traditional medicine. For me, it's so, because probably it helped in one kidneys and brought on bleeding or danger for other inside you and your body. It's not good for me. And the medicine is different because no danger for your body. I don't feel so good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so she was saying that she's afraid of taking the regular traditional medicine, antibiotics and others. And besides, they had given you an epilepsy medicine for the headaches, right?
Yeah.
And what happened with that one?
Oh my goodness, I am feeling draw every day and only sleeping. And I think this moment I can sleep in my life. I don't take more. That's medicine for epilepsy. I can't epilepsies, Only trying take me sleeping. Don't. it's no solution for my problem. Say
Right.
no more.
So they had prescribed her epilepsy medication for her chronic headaches, 24/7, 3 years of constant nonstop headaches. Epilepsy medication was their answer.
Yeah.
She took that medication. It made her sleep 24 hours a day, and she just gave it up. She couldn't take it because she didn't want to sleep her life away, and the headaches were still there, and the headaches are gone. And the kidney, you didn't want to take their medication because you're afraid of the side effects, the other
Yeah.
problems that might happen in
Yeah.
the body.
I say no more medicine.
And this has
medicine.
just helped you eliminate the causes of it, the
Yeah.
infections and chemicals.
Yes,
And you're very happy. So you will be impressed when you see the videos here that we're going to put up in the other part of this video and of the breast tissue and the healing, the before and after. It really is quite remarkable. And it's really also remarkable that her doctors, who did help her get rid of those lipomas in the breast, so we've got to give credit there for that, but they had no answer when the incision would not heal and just left her alone with having oozing coming out of this left breast, and that was scary for her, right? That was scary and embarrassing.
Yeah, because that normally you come for a doctor but you healthy. Now you're sick again. And it's no easy life when you're opening your body and the smell bad. I am rushing and that's not good. And anybody told me, what happened? Or you needed? Nothing. No helping.
No help for you.
No help for me.
Are you happy now?
Yes, absolutely.
Beautiful smile.
Yes.
Is there anything else that you'd like to tell anybody about, what you've gone through or what this work with me has done for you? Is there anything else you want to share?
For me, my life experience is really amazing. Find you. Really, for me, it's a miracle because changed my life completely. Everything. My brain, my health, my kidneys, my bra, my mind, and my heart. And you really a good man and good energy and good medicine. You're really amazing.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I appreciate that compliment.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's
she's got her breast back. She's got the kidney pain is gone. The headaches are gone. The energy came up.
Yeah.
Right? You're full
right.
of energy now. Before you were incredibly fatigued.
And my life is really, really happiness life in this moment.
Awesome.
Yes.
Excellent.
So.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much for sharing with everybody. It means a lot. And thank you for being open enough to show the pictures that we're going to show everybody. We really appreciate that because sometimes it sounds for some people too good to be true, that it really can happen.
Yes.
And it can. So.